Welcome learners to this lecture presentation entitled as Social Functions of Education. We will be highlighting on the first domain on the crucial role that education plays in shaping individuals and societies. And the second domain, the role of teachers in toning the social functions of education. The very first social function of education is the socialization. How? Like transmission of culture. Because education imparts cultural values, norms, beliefs, traditions. All these things are transmitted from one generation to the new generation or the next generation. And during this passing on to the next generation, it ensures the cultural continuity. Again, under socialization, the functions of education goes beyond mere transmission of cultural continuity. It is the role preparation. What is it? It prepares the individuals for various social roles such as being a responsible citizen, worker, a parent, or member of the community. We know individuals play various roles in the community. They have assigned roles in the society, isn't it? And they perform as per the expected norms, mores of the society. Apart from this, the social functions includes development of social skills. In order to thrive and strive in the society, individuals, group members need to develop some social skills. And we know educational institutions like schools, they foster social interaction, isn't it? While fostering social interaction, it underscores cooperation and communication skills. These are the basic and essential for building relationships and functioning in the society. Because communication is the basic means of existing and having a group membership in the society, isn't it? It is the basis of social interaction. So this is how you see the first social function of education is socialization. This visual will give you a detailed analysis of the social function of education, which is under the purview socialization. The three significant functions: transmission of culture, role preparation, and development of social skills. Next is another very important social functions of education, that is the social integration. How does education play this role? Well, through promoting national unity. Education promotes a sense of national identity and unity, fostering a shared understanding of history, language, and cultural heritage. We know India is a land of diverse culture, language, heritage, not to mention the geographical diversities. So these are some of the variations which need to be coalesced, and education plays a hallmark role by ensuring these shared understanding. Next, how it can foster social integration by reducing social divisions. Now, what is meant by social divisions and how education fosters and nurtures by reducing the social divisions? It helps by bridging the social gaps. What are the social gaps? Why the gaps exist? These gaps exist because the social gaps are based on, I think you can guess it. Yes, the gaps are based on class, caste, religion, or ethnicity by providing common experiences and knowledge. So, education's role in unity can be seen through three aspects: national unity, reducing social divisions, and social integration. So, this is how we see education's perform. Education perform its responsibility in the society. We next come to another wonderful functions of education, which is social in nature, and it is social placement. Social placement is nurtured and fostered through talent identification and social mobility. Firstly, let us discuss on the talent identification, how it promotes social placement. Education identifies and nurtures talented individuals, isn't it? Providing them with opportunities for advancement and leadership roles. And the next function is social mobility. What it does, it enables the individuals to move up the social ladder through acquiring skills and qualifications. And this mobility contributes towards the social mobility. So, this is how education promotes, fosters, and cultures social mobility in the society through the individuals. So, education's role in social placement is seen through two different angles: talent identification and social mobility. Next, we will discuss on another interesting function of education. This social function is social and cultural innovation. How education promotes social innovation and cultural innovation. Let us discuss one after another. Firstly, education encourages critical thinking, questioning established norms, and thereby fostering innovation. Next, it empowers individuals to challenge societal injustices and contribute to social and political reforms. This is how education can bring about the social change. Towards cultural development, education supports the arts, literature, and other cultural pursuits, enriching society's cultural landscape. So, social and cultural innovation is intertwined with the attributes like promotion of critical thinking, fostering cultural development, and development of social change. Another interesting function of education, which is social in nature, it is the social control. How education performs this function through norm enforcement and discipline and order. What is norm enforcement? The norms of the society, the accepted or the expected roles an individual is supposed to disburse in the society. So how education functions in norm enforcement? To start with educational institutions, example schools, it is seen that school instills societal norms and values, isn't it? By promoting conformity and discouraging deviant behavior. And also by discipline and order. Education emphasizes discipline, punctuality, and respect for authority, contributing to a well ordered society. So, how beautiful is this function, isn't it? Innovation, creativity are important, but then there should be social control, and education plays a significant social role in establishing the social control through norm enforcement and discipline and order. And this goes on in a cyclic manner. This visual gives a beautiful picturesque understanding of education's social function in social control. Now, there are certain functions which are not visible. They are termed as latent functions. The word latent means which is hidden, invisible. Now, how education's social role can be described as latent or hidden functions? It's very interesting to note there are certain functions that education performs through childcare, because we know school provide safe and supervised environment for children, also relieving the parents of childcare responsibilities. It develops peer relationships. How important are these? But these are not spelt out or seen directly. That is the reason these functions are termed as latent functions. How does this peer relationship occur? School facilitate the development of friendships and social networks among children. Nowadays, these peer relationships have become technologically bound. However, the dehumanization is not promoted here. A good blend of peer relationships through technology and without technology both carry the essence of the social roles in the form of peer discussion, friendship, and other networks among the children. And school takes the center stage over here. School plays the center stage by promoting this peer relationships. And the last one, as latent function, is the delaying entry into the workforce. Education keeps young people out of the workforce for a longer period, potentially reducing unemployment rates. So these three are the latent functions of the school: childcare, peer relationships, and delaying workforce entry. We can take a pause and reflect on the notion why education is termed as a multifaceted institution. I have given some prompts in the form of hint. Is it because education as an institution is involved in varied social processes? Is it because it is one of the potential social system of the society? We will now take a look at the second domain of this session. And this will focus on the teacher's role in particular, because teachers are one of the strongest stakeholders, the potential captivators of education as an institution or as an organization. So let us take a look at various teachers' roles. These teachers' roles are also multifaceted and multivariate in nature because education institutions nestles teachers, students, and other staff members. And the hidden stakeholders, which are not visible in the school premise or institutional premise, are the parents, community, the society, but their influence is also immense in the social functions of education. Because education as a social institution is also a social subsystem. Well, let us focus on the teacher's pivotal role in disseminating these social functions of education discussed so far. We have already discussed various functions which disseminate the social aspects in the individuals and their membership in the society. So, how teachers play this role? Would you like to check out on this? I'm sure yes. The very first is again the socialization, because that is the mother of creating the social being from the living organization, from the living organism. Through cultural transmissions, how teachers actively impart cultural values, norms, and traditions. And how is it possible? These are possible through lessons, discussions, and extracurricular activities. Another thing, very important, and we are versed with it, role modeling. We know teachers serve as role models, aren't they? By demonstrating positive behavior, work ethic, and social responsibility. We learn from our teachers because teachers make lives. Next, skill development. It goes beyond saying that teachers foster social skills basic to living. These are communication, cooperation, and empathy. How these are fostered? Through group work, projects, and classroom interaction. So, how important teachers' role is, right? From cultural transmission, role modeling, and skill development. To sum up these roles, under cultural transmission, the teacher imparts cultural values, norms, and traditions. Through role modeling, we see work ethic, social responsibility, and skill development by imparting communication, fostering cooperation, and nurturing empathy. Well, we come to another role of the teacher in disseminating social functions. It is the social integration. The social integration is disseminated through national identity and diversity and inclusion. Teachers promote a sense of national identity, right? By teaching history, geography, cultural heritage, and other multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary disciplines, subjects, and domains. They also create inclusive classrooms, inclusive learning environment that celebrate and nurtures to embrace diversity and promote understanding among students from different backgrounds, irrespective of the social gaps. So, this is how the educational roles in social integration the teachers disperse. diversity and inclusion, and by promoting national identity. Teachers' role in social placement. Again, we have two concepts here: talent identification and career guidance. Teachers identify and nurture talented students, providing them with opportunities to excel. And apropos to this identification, opportunities, provisions, they guide the students in making informed choices about their future careers, helping them navigate education and the job market. So, teachers play the role of a coach, a mentor, a facilitator. They promote experiential learning by giving proper career counseling, identifying the students' potential, making them skilled, fostering competences among them so that they can make the right and the feasible career choices. The next role of teacher in disseminating educational functions which are social in nature is the social and cultural innovation. What are the roles that the teacher play in critical thinking, problem solving, and cultural appreciation? Well, teachers encourage critical thinking. How? By asking probing questions, challenging assumptions, and fostering independent thought. Teachers provide opportunities for students to solve real world problems, promoting innovation and creativity. And teachers also expose students to diverse cultures and art forms, broadening their horizons and fostering cultural appreciation. I have already discussed how this cultural diversity is embraced and celebrated despite of the social gaps based on class, religion, caste, ethnicity, etc. So this appreciation is disseminated, is fostered by the teachers, because the teachers expose the students to various cultures, make them understand and appreciate the goodness of being different, accepting the differences, not excluding the differences, but embracing the differences. And this is how the teachers enhance education through innovation by critical thinking, problem solving, and cultural appreciation. These visuals represent how these three aspects are intertwined and together they merge into inducing education through innovation. Again, teachers' role in social control through norm enforcement and discipline and order. Teachers reinforce societal norms and values through classroom rules, expectations, and of course, disciplinary action. And they also establish a positive learning environment that promotes discipline, respect, and responsibility. And this is how they build a classroom harmony through positive learning environment with the help of norm enforcement, discipline, and order. This visual is very clear in understanding how a teacher is responsible towards creating a harmonious learning environment. Again, The teachers perform some hidden functions. So, what are the latent functions? As we have already discussed these latent functions under the purview of education as an institution. So, let us see how teachers contribute towards these latent aspects of functions. Teachers provide a safe and nurturing environment for children, especially during school hours. This is undeniably true, and we feel so warm. Teachers offer emotional support and guidance to students, helping them cope with personal challenges. Because school is a place where a child spends most of his or her time. Next, community engagement. Teachers often engage with the community through parent-teacher associations, volunteer work, and other initiatives like the Alumni Association too. So the latent roles of teachers in the latent or hidden function are emotional support, caring or the child care, and the community engagement. So these three segments form the teacher's role, which are hidden in nature, but forms the backbone or the scaffold of an individual, a learner, a child, a person. Well, having discussed the teacher's role in the same parameters as we did for education's social roles, it's time to ponder over a very not so critical but a welcoming question. Well, we discussed so many roles of teachers in promoting the social functions, in building up the social being in an individual. So, which among the following do you think is the role of a teacher or an educator? There are two options in the form of a statement. Like, do you think a teacher or an educator is a sage on the stage, or the one who is a guide by the side? So, in order to have your responses, in order to elicit on this question, you can ponder over the exact roles, the extended roles of teachers in education as an institution per se, and you will find the answer. I would like to give two hints over here, which is not mentioned on the slide, but these two hints are the multifaceted and the multivariate roles of teachers, which does not sign a teacher only a knowledge disseminator, but it is beyond that. I'm sure this hint will help you to choose or to extrapolate your choice of teacher's role. Like, is it a sage on the stage or a guide by the side? Because teachers are the guiding lights in students' journeys, shaping their understanding of the world and also unveiling the multitude opportunities it holds. Well, we will get back to the discussion again under the premise of social functions of education and how education as an institution disburses its multifaceted roles, teachers as one of the pivots of educational institution or education as an institution and how crucial are their roles for the society, for the learners, and for the education itself. Now, having discussed the various roles, the functions of the education and the teacher in particular, well, why the teacher's roles are getting crucial for the society? Because social roles itself carries the vision of fitting the learners, acclimatizing the child to the society so that he or she is not misfit. The teacher tries hard and hard to keep this intact. So let us see some of the reasons why teachers are so crucial in performing their roles in education as a social institution. Well, the very first point that comes to our mind when we think of teachers' crucial role is they pass their knowledge to the younger generation, whatever known to them. Curriculum beyond the curriculum, subject knowledge, social norms, discipline, order, guidance, all these they pass on to the younger generation. They transfer the knowledge to the next generation and thereby create a continuous societal learning and growth cycle, isn't it? Teachers help in developing critical thinking skills. They are with us as a mentor. They facilitate with the required elements, the necessary skills and competence required to fit into the global society, the job market, because a society with critical thinkers contributes to innovation, effective problem solving, and a deeper understanding of societal issues. Teachers inspire students and parents, right? Through enthusiasm and dedications they bring to the classroom and inspire a love for learning and personal growth. And it is needless to say that teachers are role models. They connect with the community, forging partnerships that enhance society's well being. Teachers connect to its learners and students. They boost confidence in their students. They motivate the students to pursue their dreams. Teachers build communities for children's growth. They assist in the holistic development of the child. Teachers are responsible to develop peace in the society. And last but not the least, teachers demonstrate the importance of education. And that is the reason the social functions of education are disseminated by the pivot, that is, the teachers. They are the significant actors. They serve as living examples of the impact education can have on individuals and society. Their commitment to lifelong learning and passion for subjects inspire students to recognize the power of education. So these are the varied 12 roles of a teacher that make it a multifaceted, a global teacher, educator, who is not mere a knowledge disseminator, but a facilitator, a mentor, a coach, a lifelong learner. So with this, we come to the end of this session. Let us have a quick summary of the discussions. Education is a multifaceted institution and it plays a vital role in shaping individuals and societies. It is Not only that, the education only imparts knowledge and skills but also contributes to social cohesion and development, cultural transmission, and individual development. By fulfilling these social functions, education empowers individuals and communities to thrive in a complex and ever changing world. So, this is how we can reconcile with the help of this visual the social functions of education, which spans and spreads across cultural transmission, individual development, social cohesion, and knowledge and skills. These are few exercises. There are some suggested readings